Alright, welcome to Heredity versus Environment, or what I like to call making a boring topic more interesting with a cool template. So, qualitative traits. They have four distinguishing characteristics. They're controlled by a single or a few gene pairs. Phenotypes, what you can see, of qualitative traits can be broken into distinct categories in which every member in that category looks the same. Environment has little effect on the expression of the gene pairs, controlling a qualitative trait. The genotype of an individual for a qualitative trait can be determined with reasonable accuracy. Qualitative traits show three types of gene action. 1. Dominance. 2. Codominance. And 3. Partial dominance. An example of dominant inheritance is combined immunodeficiency. Blood type is an example of codominance, and coat color is an example of partial dominance. Woo, that was a doozy. Quantitative traits. They are dissimilar in their attributes when compared to qualitative traits. They are controlled by possibly hundreds or thousands of gene pairs located on several different chromosome pairs. Some pairs will contain additive genes, others will contain non-additive genes. Most economically important traits are quantitative. Environment does not affect expression of the gene pairs controlling quantitative traits. Phenotypes of quantitative traits cannot be classified into distinct categories, since they range from one extreme to another. It is possible to accurately determine how many gene pairs are controlling a quantitative trait, so an exact gene type can never be determined. Genotypic expression. Individual's phenotype is the sum of effects of the genotypic and environmental effects. Phenotype of a qualitative trait is a good indicator of the genotype. Environment do influence the phenotypic expression of a qualitative trait. An inferior individual may rank higher phenotypically than one of higher genetics because of more favorable environment. Continued. Genetic evaluation programs often estimate ability of an individual. Estimated transmitting ability is equal to 1/2 of an individual's estimated breeding value. ETA is the contribution a stallion or mare is expected to make to the genotypic value of their offspring. Influence of genetics and environment on some traits in horses. Height at withers, 45 to 50% due to genetics, 50 to 55% due to environment. Body weight, 25 to 30% due to genetics, 70 to 75% due to environment. Running speed, 35 to 40% due to genetics, 60 to 65% due to environment. Movement, 40 to 50% due to genetics, 50 to 60% due to environment. Temperament, 25 to 30% due to genetics, 70 to 75% due to environment. Alright, so if we think about that, we know that genetics do play a significant part in predisposing how a horse is going to be it how well they perform or how well they act or whatever. But we also see that things in the environment, so nutrition, care, level of training are also going to play even greater part in the ultimate performance and quality of that horse.